Hello everyone, this is John of Lee, and in this video we are going to talk more related to the Feng Shui aspect, because the Feng Shui is where we can tap into all this invisible force to gain extra advantage energy to boost us, to support us in our activations. So in this Feng Shui aspect, we are going to split it into two videos. The first one, which is the current video, where we will be more focusing on the core foundations, the core fundamentals, where if you can't get this right, the rest is basically pretty much not that effective. I would suggest you all to get ready with your floor plan, and then we will be going through how you can identify the important sectors, which is the auspicious sector, directions, and of course we will also talking about the annual flying star feng shui, which will be the next video. But first, you need to get your foundation right, such as your own feng shui floor plan. So what you all need to do is very simple. Just go to get yourself a floor plan if it's possible. Try to at least nowadays I think it's going to be easy, or at least you can roughly sketch out the floor plan by yourself so that you can identify which sector is located in which direction. So that will help you to at least get yourself prepared to how you can use the sectors, and of course what is the auspicious sitting facing directions which may influence the well-being of the house occupants. So let us get started. Okay, so simply just get yourself a floor plan. After that, you can just use any illustration software. There's a lot of free illustration software. If you're not familiar, you can use PowerPoint, Keynotes, Slides. There's a lot of free tools out there. So all you need to do is just create a slide, put in your floor plan. After that, try to find out the center point by identify all four corners. After that, all you need to do is just to draw the line. Find out where is the center sector. For example, in this case, the center sector is located here. So once you identify, then we will be next overlay with the annual feng shui pan, the compass, to put overlay on top of it and realign. Okay, so first find out the center sector. After that, you may consider to slice it or divide the entire floor plan using the grid into the 9-column grid. So this is easier for most beginners, but for us, as you're watching, I would suggest you to just download the free floor plan, the free compass. Use it to overlay your floor plan so that you can identify which is the north, south, southeast, southwest. So it's very simple. So all you need to do nowadays, most of our smartphone already have the compass app. So just turn it on. You may need to realign that. I would suggest you to just realign, recalibrate to ensure that you can get the directions. Or if you can't, maybe you can consider to get some small little scout compass, which is just a few bucks. Or perhaps you can just go out, go to the web browser, look for Google Map to find out where is the directions of your unit based on the Google Map locations, if you're familiar, if you know how to read it. So all you need to do is just get and open up your compass app, go to the center of your house, find out where is the north direction. You just need to find out where is the north direction. Okay, find it out, identify where is the north directions. After that, go to my website, find out the free annual feng shui pan, which is the annual feng shui compass. It's going to be a transparent PNG. So what you need to do is just to overlay on top of it. After that, you just align the north direction, the 0 degree, according to the north direction. And voila, there you have it, the annual feng shui floor plan for your house. It's that simple. Okay, so therefore, once you identify how you can create your own, I would suggest you to print it out or export it into a image software, any soft copy that you can you can save it for your future usage. I would suggest you to print it out. Don't be so cheapskate. Just print it out. Okay, print it out, put it in your house so that every time that you can find out the annual afflictions, at least you know which is the sector is affected. Because another part I wanted to highlight is because nowadays in our modern house, there's a lot of all this magnetic influence, like electricity, air conditioner, or fan, or any basically electrical appliance. They may exude certain magnetic field which may influence the reading. So therefore, for some people who may be having difficulties to find the right reading, perhaps you can go out to the house, out from your house 6 feet and above or beyond, far away, to take out your compass and remeasure again. Find out where is the facing direction. Okay, so if you can't, easier you can use Google Map to just identify your unit, find out the north directions, then overlay the compass. It's that simple. Okay, and next, this year, what is the most important is the annual Grand Duke sector. And this year is the fire horse. And of course, fire horse means that the south sector, the south 2 sector especially, is going to be heightened up with aggressive energy because the horse is the Grand Duke. So signifies that this direction is supercharged with strong amount of energy. So therefore, this sector could be highly volatile for those who are not ready. If your chart, your astrology chart, already have the red, horse, rabbit, goat still okay, ox, yeah, ox, then I wouldn't suggest you to sit in this sector because it will intensify all this internal clash. You may feel overwhelming with all this supercharged energy, so that may causes you to run recklessly. So therefore, if you're already aware that, let's say in your workspace, your office, you are coincidentally sitting in the south 2 sector, then this year you have to be mindful and be careful over your, your temper, your emotions, your anger could getting out of control. So you need to figure out how to manage it. Okay, and in case if your house is sitting or facing the north and south direction, especially south 2 and north 2 direction, this may spell slightly higher risk because this year the house facing in these directions may feel a lot of pressure and tendency to go out to travel, and during this process you may be spending a lot of money as well. So therefore, if your house is facing south, facing north, then you need to be extra precautious, pay more attention over this. So once you uncover the where is the south 2 sector, where is the north 2 sector, just avoid sitting there. Especially if your chart have red zodiac and horse zodiac, just try to avoid sitting in the south 2, north 2 sector, because once you avoid, you already consider lucky. And for those who are sitting there, either you are experiencing a lot of backlash, overcharged, over aggressive, overly driven, you can't control your pace, especially for those who already have the red, ox, rabbit. If you're sitting in the south 2, this may causes you to being bully, whatever you do somehow is just easily getting out of alignment. So, but this sector is actually good for those who are looking for courage. If your chart didn't have the red horse, then perhaps you can consider to position yourself by sitting in the south 2 direction by looking towards the north direction. Okay, remember, sit in the south 2 sector and tap into the Grand Duke energy to supercharge your confidence, especially for those who have tiger and also the dog zodiac or the goat zodiac, where you find that you are being procrastinate, you are looking for courage, you are seeking for certain pressure. Well, you may consider to consciously sit near to do your work, and then once you feel that you already gained sufficient boost, sufficient charge, then you may move to other sector. Okay, because this sector is slightly volatile, so therefore you can consider to position yourself in the south directions to gain the additional boost. Okay, and for those, for career professionals or for those already set up their working desk and you have been facing or basically looking towards the south direction, well, this may spells trouble because there are tendency for you to receiving backlash, people just bully you, especially when you are looking for supervisor, superior, your boss for support, ended up they keep rejecting your ideas, then that may be quite troublesome for you. So therefore, all you need to do just avoid sitting looking towards the south directions. So for one whole year, just one whole year, that would be sufficient. Okay, so therefore, remember, the good position is sitting towards the south, looking towards the north. If you wanted to gain additional boost in terms of gaining courage, breakthrough, gaining supercharge of energy, you wanted to look for collaborators. For those who have the tiger zodiac and also the dog zodiac in their chart, then this may heighten up your ability to receive this kind of support. Okay, so let us focus more on the tree killing. What is tree killing? Well, basically, the tree killing is one of the most volatile energy. And apparently this year, when the horse being the Grand Duke it will form the tree harmony with the tiger and also the dog. So when this happens, signifies that the Grand Duke horse zodiac this year also have the general star. General star is basically where you are the general, you are the leader of army, and when you wanted to attack, you will be launching your attack towards the north direction. So when you're shooting the arrow, apparently it's not going to be directly pointing towards the north directions alone. It may afflict the neighbor, because sometimes the energy is way too aggressive, which will also affect the neighbor palace or neighbor sectors. So it will be affecting northwest 3, the peak sector, north 1, north 2, north 3, until the northeast 1, which is also the ox zodiac. So therefore, overall, for those whose house or your sitting area is located in this inauspicious sector, well, pay attention. Avoid looking towards the south direction, because that's where the Grand Duke, you can sit on top of it and facing the opposition directions, but it's not encouraged for you to sit looking back to the Grand Duke. Means you're confronting the Grand Duke. So therefore, just avoid facing the north just for 1 year. That will at least sufficient to get you out of trouble. Okay, so therefore this year, the south sector is where the Grand Duke, the Bing, and thing is all the fire sector is going to amplify. It will launch the arrow attacking from the northwest 3 up to the northeast 1 direction. So all you need to do, just try to avoid. So for those whose house, your building, your workspace is facing towards the south or facing towards the north, apparently this year could be slightly highly volatile. So I wouldn't suggest you all to make any renovations, changes, drilling, because those are way too highly volatile, high risk. So if you are trying to move into the house, which is in the facing facing north and facing south, I would suggest you to postpone, or at least you can look for someone who can help you to do a proper date selections. Because apparently, when we talk about cure, this year, apparently the cure is not that easy to be activated, because over the highly volatile energy. Because the auspicious sector, like the Dragon Virtue, which is in the northeast 1, is also affected by the tree killing. So if you're activating this sector, you will also activating the tree killing. So that could be spell trouble. And plus the auspicious sector, the second auspicious sector, which is the Fortune Virtue, which is located in the east too. This is still usable, but eventually, if you're looking for helpful noblemen help you to solve the problem, the crisis, yes. If anything negatively activated, you may sit and position yourself in the east 2 sector to look for help, look for mentor, looking for solution provider to help you out. But still, this is still a highly volatile sector, because the rabbit is forming the destruction. So therefore, they may spell certain discomfort where you need to change your plan, you need to remodel, especially you have planned everything thoroughly, but now you have to restructure, remodel in order to align to the new opportunity, or at least get yourself out of the current problem. Okay, so therefore you just need to pay extra precautions when you have accidentally activate those inauspicious sector. Okay, and as just for additional information, the southwest 2, which is also the connected to the southwest 3, which is the Kungua, and also the monkey sector. Well, the monkey sector this year, you have the sky horse. So therefore, if your door is located in the southwest 3 sector, or anywhere in the southwest sector, generally you may be more. This year is going to be fun, because you are constantly driven out to go out to network. Somehow you just can't sit still at home. You have tendency to go out to visit people, talk to people. Somehow you just can't sit steadily in office or home. Just pay attention over it. It's not entirely bad. It's just that the energy is telling you that those are the probable energy that is affecting you. When Skyhorse is activated, it will bring you opportunity to travel. And for me, I experienced that, where there's a lot of friends just keep asking me to go out to travel, and it's going to be fun. So therefore, if you are looking for a chance to travel, well, position, if your house, the door location in the southwest 3, the monkey sector, congratulations, you will be overwhelming with all this travel. And in case if your house is also sitting towards the southwest 3 or the tiger sector, both this sector also brings you opportunity to travel and learning, and also embarking new learning opportunity, which is considered auspicious. And for those who are looking for helpful noblemen, so maybe you can consider to sit and position yourself in the goat sector, which is either the southwest one, or you may consider to activate the moon with also the another nobleman star, which is located in the west 2 sector. Okay, so overall those are the sector you can just sit there performing the respective activities that will be sufficient for you to gain the additional boost. Okay, so nevertheless, if for those who wanted to learn more about how you can stay precautions over the safety over your environment, I would suggest you all to identify the building that you're staying. Either it could be your home, your apartment, or your workspace. Find out where is the north and south direction. This year, you just pay attention in case there's renovations, groundbreaking in the north or the south. Well, that may spell trouble, and you may need to, move yourself, trying to stay away if possible. If you can't, then, just try to, protect yourself with all these safety precautions. Just be mindful, especially if your house have pregnant ladies or people who are health, they are slightly deteriorating or they are weak, or in case people are just in the journey of recovering from their illnesses. So I would suggest just make sure, if in case this sector has been activated, you may consider to move yourself and spend more time in other places which is more peace and tranquility, so that will help you to recover faster. Okay, so therefore I would suggest you all to just go to Google Map, identify your house sector, where is the sitting or facing direction, what is the conditions of the north sector and also the south sector. So in case if your house is facing towards the south, then you just need to be extremely careful, because when people are activating your south sector, they are also activating the 5 yellow, which brings you calamity. Basically, what can go wrong may go wrong. Okay, so for example, if you notice there's renovations, groundbreaking, there are people who are doing renovations, then you have to be extremely careful with this. Okay, some may suggest to, if you have a window, you have a door, you may consider to put some water to hold the negative energy chi. After that, you just replace it, every week if it's possible. But because south sector are not that recommended to put water, so therefore you just have to be extremely careful when those sector activated. Okay, so therefore pay attention to north and south anyway in any cost. Okay, and in case if you are living in an apartment in a condominium, you still have to check out the entire building facing directions. So this required your experience and also require your intelligence to demarcate, to identify which is the facing direction, because nowadays all these architect, they design building in a very unique shape directions, so that could be slightly tricky. So you have to use your own judgment, which is the most active, which is the facing direction that you think that is designed by the, or has been defined by the architect or the designer. So you just need to identify where is the facing of north and south. Check out if there's any renovations, activations, just make sure there's no major renovations in the south sector. That will be at least sufficient for you to get yourself out of potential risk. So what if in case your house is indeed facing the north or facing the south? Well, just be extremely careful. When those sector has been activated, it will causes you to feel pressure, stress, to a stage that you can't stay at home. You have tendency to move away or keep running around. So it's still okay. So therefore, you just be aware, because when this clash happen, it will causes you to, it will also bring along all these unexpected expenses. You need to repair certain stuff. Basically, it's going to cost you quite a lot of financial losses if you're not careful. So therefore, if for those who already get their floor plan identified, your Google Map identified, so make sure this whole year observe no renovations, and including your own house, there's no hammering, drilling. So maybe you are planning to move to a house or an apartment or the building which is facing this direction. I would suggest you to postpone, delay it for the timing until a better year, better timing that is not affecting that negatively, may still be auspicious, that you can allocate a better time to gain the additional boost, because feng shui is quite powerful if we aware about it. So our role is to identify how to use it as to our advantage. So your role is to be more aware, raise your consciousness, find out and identify if third sector are being affected, then just pivot. Okay. So overall, if you ask me what is the best facing directions, of course, you can be facing towards the north, means you have to be looking towards the north direction to boost you to gain additional courage. So if you need courage, you have been procrastinate, you can position yourself in the south 2 sector, perform any work, anything related to activities that boost your courage. And also, if you've been procrastinate, you can use third sector to boost your execution as well. But just strictly no drilling, no negative activations, no hammering, no major movement, and do not introduce any new electrical appliances such as washing machine, refrigerator, or your air conditioner. There's the external condenser unit. If it's already located there, I would suggest you to try not to use it as much as possible. And yeah, just be careful and try to consider to look for your local feng shui master to do to select an auspicious date in case you need to do any repair work, because this year the energy could be highly volatile. So which is why I don't suggest you to make any renovations to move in this kind of condition, because the energy is way too risky. So I would suggest you all to play it safe, as at least you know how to avoid. So for those who wanted to gain additional boosts, such as looking for helpful noblemen, such as going position yourself in the east sector, that will help you to smoothen out your journey. In case if you are doing anything major important projects, you may consider to position yourself in the rabbit sector. If your chart doesn't have the red horse, and that's still considered okay. If your chart have the goat zodiac, you can also position yourself in the east too. And of course, you still have the sun nobleman and also the moon nobleman, which can help you to increase your overall success rate. Looking for mentor nobleman, looking for advisor who can help you to enlighten you, coach you, support you, provide valuable advice. So those are the sectors that you can consider to use. Okay, and in the next video, we are going to talk about the annual flying feng shui and the annual flying star feng shui to help you to plan the usage of particular sector. Okay, so that's all. I will be seeing you in the next video.